I never used to understand what they mean when they say Android phones have bad cameras. Like, how are you even evaluating if you have never used an Android phone? But then I realized that they are actually looking at the photos that users post, Android users post on Instagram and Snapchat, and then they are saying that the phone's camera quality is bad. But that's not the case at all. It's actually the software which is not doing a good job of capturing the camera's full clarity. Like if you're in the Android community, you already know about Gcam, right? Google's camera mod that works on other phones as well. You know that the advantages it brings is huge compared to most built-in cameras. You can kind of see that in my phone as well. Like the Note 9 that I'm using has a pretty good camera, but if I take a side-by-side pictures using, Instagram, my built-in camera, WhatsApp camera, and of course the Google camera, you can see that the Google camera has slightly better image with respect to dynamic range and contrast as opposed to WhatsApp, which has a very blurry, grainy looking image. I did that same thing at the same time. I didn't use any other editing software. I mean, this is a live screen recording, obviously. So, I mean, you can see just by changing the software how much of a difference it makes for the image quality. I mean, there's only one company that makes iPhones, right? Apple. And if you buy an iPhone 13 here in China or India or wherever, it's going to be the same hardware. So it's easier for an app manufacturer to tune their application for that particular phone. Whereas Android, it has every kind of hardware combination out there. So it's pretty much impossible for any manufacturer or even any app developer to fine-tune their software to that one particular hardware set. You see, with iPhones, all of these applications can directly access the camera, so the image quality doesn't change between different apps. Whereas with Android phones, only the built-in camera and a few other camera apps on the Play Store can access the camera hardware directly. The rest of them are actually taking a screen recording of the camera. It's not the direct footage coming from the sensor itself. That is why Android phone's footage, if you directly use Instagram's built-in camera, it doesn't look very good. But if you use the company's built-in camera software, it looks really great. So it's the software incompatibility that's making the difference in image quality. Phones don't have bad cameras. In fact, most of iPhone sensors used to be manufactured by Samsung. So if you say Samsung cameras are bad compared to iPhones, you don't make any sense. It's just that the iPhone's hardware and software are made by the same company, so it's easier for them to control these things. On the Android side, you get a lot more choice and flexibility when it comes to choosing your phone, but these are some of the downsides we deal with. Like if the app manufacturer or the app developer doesn't optimize for that particular operating system, then we won't have the best experience. And that's exactly what's happening with Snapchat and Instagram. So yeah, stop saying Android cameras are bad. Just say that the Instagram app is a buggy piece of shit. Because it is. I can't believe this app is still so buggy even today. But that's another rant for another day. But yeah, I mean, that's what I wanted to share. I mean, I get it. It's a way of making money, right? Apple pays you to say things like Android is not as premium and stuff like that. They do pay you though, right? I mean, Apple is obviously paying you to say these vicious things to people from other camps who are just buying products just like you are with your own money. I mean, otherwise it would be pretty crazy, and you're not crazy, are you? You're pretty smart.